Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everyone. And welcome to our online folks who have joined us back from the breakout room there. This is the After Services Forum for some small group discussion as we prepare for the road ahead to connect with each other and be nourished. So as we do, we'll light a chalice. And I'm just noticing it's the third time today we light a chalice in this space. How lovely is that? These are the words of Eric Hepburn. We light this flame to remind us love is at the center. As we grow and connect, mature and deepen, love remains at the center. When the light of truth burns all else away, love remains. So thank you all for your presence here at the forum, online and on site, as we come together for connection and support for what is ahead of us, which we don't know yet what's ahead of us, and it's the uncertainty sometimes and anticipation that is hard. So I'm very grateful to have two people to help support this space today. Tiffany Felch is here with me on site to help. Yay, Tiffany. And Holly Porter is online to help support our online community as we come together and connect. What we plan to do today is to offer a good chunk of time for you all to form into small groups on site and breakout rooms online, depending on how many there are, to reflect on where you are. I have some reflection questions for you, because you know that's what I do, including the questions from the service this morning if you were here to participate in that, with the hope that it will help you deepen even further, ground even further, and connect with each other for what is ahead of us. So as we go into small groups, I'd like to offer some covenants that we can use as agreements for how we will be together in our small groups. And these are the covenants that I'm suggesting. So the first is to take space and make space. That means share and also step back and make space for others. The second is that we're aware that we share the same values, but not the same politics. There are folks of different political parties and who voted differently, so same values, not the same politics. We're sensitive to the different identities and levels of privilege present here, and how they may be affected in this moment in time and by our comments. Folks with different identities are experiencing this moment in history in different ways, and so just to be aware of that. And then take the learning and leave the stories. So what that means is what is shared in the groups today, online and on site, that remains confidential and in the group, but what you learned and how you felt, those are learnings that you can take outside of the circle to share with others. Are there any questions or concerns about these covenants? Any worries online, Carbon, that you're seeing? No? Okay. And so can I see a thumbs up? Are you all willing to abide by these covenants today? And the folks online were good too? Wonderful. Thank you so much. And so, let's do some small group reflection, shall we? These are the questions that I'm proposing with the next slide. We'll leave them up on the screen and then also put them in the chat for the folks online. So a bit of a check-in. I'll offer you the reflection questions from the service today. How do you want to show up in this historic time? Is there something that's helping you stay centered and grounded? What helps you feel hopeful? And what do you need right now? So it's a checking in, getting to know each other, and also grounding and sharing some of your inspirations and your aspirations. So I think we'd like to give this about a half an hour for you to have a good amount of time to get to know each other and to share. And then we'll have a little bit of time after that for some sharing about what did you learn and what did you notice. And then we'll close for today. So let's see, I'm thinking, Carbon, we have one group online or two probably?
Let's go with one.
One? We have one group online. So I'm thinking probably groups of 5 or 6. Probably don't want to get bigger than that. So that looks like 3 groups, maybe 4 here. So we can do, for folks online, we can do this a couple different ways. We can count off if that's easier for you. You can make groups with the folks you're around if that's easier. I would encourage you to be with people you don't know if you're up for that and brave enough for that today. What would you like? Count off? Everybody okay with that? Okay. Beth, would you like to start? And let's do 5.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Celia? Lynn? You're 1.
Thank you. 1, 2.
It went fast, didn't it? Carbon, are the online folks back? Wonderful. Welcome back, folks. Tiffany, I'm wondering if you would be willing to use the other mic and we'll cover the room for comments, and thank you. I appreciate it.
Is it on?
It should be. Carbon will control the things there. So thank you all so much for the deep engagement with each other. It really warms a minister's heart to see people in such heartfelt and caring conversation with each other about really hard things sometimes. And so thank you for that. So we just want to make a little bit of time for what did you notice and what did you learn? And if you want to speak, just raise a hand and Tiffany or I will come and bring you a mic so that everybody can hear, and then we'll check in online as well with folks online.
Mike, I like it. Okay, so the twos discussed wanting OUUC to be more out in the community. Right now, we're a really good community in this space, but how do we take it out into the outer space and begin to be more present and more visible in the greater community? We also asked the question, what work are we even focusing on personally, and kind of talked about picking 1 or 2 things to focus on instead of trying to save the whole world all at once, that something will come to you or you will be given an opportunity that you can then say yes to and something will fit. And then the OUUC, well, UU, right to religion being the antithesis, that as much as they are using the right to religion and hiding behind the right to religion, the antithesis is UUs can also hide behind the right to religion and use that in court systems and in our personal lives on how we are presenting.
Thank you. Twos. Would anybody else want to share what you noticed or what you learned?
I'm Connie. I'm not sharing for our whole group, but what did come through is that each of us thought that OUUC as a community were really supportive in energizing us and feeling a supportive place as we did what we were wanting to do as individuals. So the importance of our individual actions more than necessarily the community's action as one, but that we're sustained by this community. And what we did today, if nothing more, helping us become more grounded as individuals and then focused and able to move ahead.
Is there anybody online who would like to share? Anything to bring up? I know you're doing 14 things at one time, Carbon.
So, so I got tagged for that one, and I think our group came up with one statement that sort of overarching statement. We're all feeling the challenges, but we're digging up hope where we can. Um, and part of that hope is coming from taking action. And by calling Congress, the legislature, the governor, being part of things like Olympia Indivisible, holding on to values like being brave and open, avoiding complacency, and maintaining a sense of humor was important. And lastly, staying grounded through music, staying busy, and nature. We even made a connection for Anne, who's just moved to Tenino, to connect with another bird watcher there because she was looking with bird for a fellow bird watcher. So I think those community connections are also going to keep us strong.
Thank you, Holly, and online folks. Anyone else here? Want to share?
I think we all mentioned people that have inspired us in the sermon today, and a couple of us thought of our dads and other people that are brave and courageous and being very grounded. Bernie Sanders, Amy Goodman, that we can keep looking to. You know, they're there, and within our congregation. So anyway, the ancestors are inspiring to us to continue moving with love in whatever happens.
Thank you, Barb. Anything else online? No? Okay. Anything else here? Great. Well, I just want to thank you all again for supporting each other because it takes all of us. It takes a network to do this. And I want to remind you that this is long haul work. This is long haul work. It won't happen tomorrow. Just as there is a team in Washington, a new team that is going to be trying to deconstruct things, we have to be a team trying to rebuild. So here we are. Amen. Exactly right. So please stay well. Remember to breathe. So we'll extinguish our chalice, and Holly, I want to turn it over to you for our chalice extinguishing words, with thanks to Tiffany also for being here, and to all of you.
So we're extinguishing the chalice today with words by Eric Hepburn. We extinguish this flame to remind us love is the center. As we explore and rest, engage and heal, love remains the center. When all we can see is cold ashes, love remains.
Fine, folks. Thank you.